I just checked right now, and it actually said there's still people dealing with the advisory, which is incredibly daunting. Like, now we have a water crisis on top of everything, and it's not over for everybody yet. Also, yesterday, which was Sunday, we got a public safety alert saying Houston's main water system has lifted its boil water notice, but they still want you to check with your MUD or provider to see if you are still impacted. My dog, my cat, and my uncle's bird are all fine also. Leia really enjoyed the snow and all the ice, and she had a blast in it. It's kind of why I decided to draw her here, as just something like a more lighthearted subject. Sadly, though, as I said, we were fortunate and a lot of others weren't. And it gets a little bit frustrating because people who aren't from here seem to miss the point that Texas, or at least most of Texas, isn't really equipped for this, and there's a lot of wrong that happened last week. I personally kept wanting to make the point that if this were flipped and places not accustomed to 95 to 100 degree Fahrenheit or higher temperatures with humidity, which makes it even hotter, were suddenly just hit by heat waves of that climate, they'd be just as miserable and desperate and at risk of heat strokes, other health concerns, probably death as well. Meanwhile, down here, we expect that type of weather, and we're prepared and ready, and though we could just as easily experience those same health concerns, we know how to keep cool. Just as an offhand example, I know the UK has experienced heat waves in the past few years, which usually fell under the 75 to 80 degree Fahrenheit range, and that's like a cooler summer day here, relatively speaking. However, I also understand that's not totally normal weather for them. AC units aren't commonplace like they are here, and so it can become a real concern, and they need help to cool down. So what I'm trying to say is that's exactly what's happened this past week, but it's in frigid weather rather than sweltering weather. I'm gonna throw part of a tweet from a Twitter thread that I made, kind of half ranting, that I feel kind of sums up how I feel as far as those who've been very judgy about it and lacking empathy. If this video comes across as ranty or whatever, I'm so sorry, but this was an event that we had to experience directly, and people died, people were afflicted severely, and to have that sort of brushed aside, and especially by public officials that are supposed to help the state they're representing, it was just like getting spit in the face after you got punched. And I just want people to get help that really need it, and I hope this is informative enough to get those people more help, hopefully, and just to hopefully have more people understand. Like, this sucked for me and my family. It sucked a lot more for others, and I know I can't do a whole lot, but I just hope the perspective will hopefully encourage more people to be understanding and get help for the people that need it, as I said. For those who don't know, Texas has an endangered species of sea turtle, and one of the concerns was that they were stunned by the sudden cold. So our wildlife park people went out and rescued them and temporarily housed them in facilities to keep them warm. And fortunately, I can end this on a lighter note and say they were released back into the wild, so yay! On that note, I'll be listing some helpful resources that will explain what happened more in depth and hopefully more clearly. I will also list links in the description to helpful organizations for donations and the like. And if you can help in any way, whether by donating or sharing those links, please do. I will also list links in the description to support me more directly for donations on Patreon. Like, I currently take commissions if you there can help in any way, whether by donating or sharing those links, I'd appreciate it if y'all might like this video, subscribe, hit the bell. I hope this was somewhat informative, if nothing else. And thank y'all for watching.